Well, 1 year ago today, millions of people spilled onto city streets in the name of women's rights. It coincided with the inauguration of U.S. President Donald Trump. 1 year later, the voices of those protesters have only grown stronger, thanks in part to movements like Me Too and Time's Up. That includes right here in Toronto. CTV's Colin DeMello has the details.
At Nathan Phillips Square, thousands of people added their voice to the international chorus, here to be a part of an ongoing movement.
To empower women and all people.
They came from all over the GTA and beyond to give that movement more momentum.
I really hope it continues for a long time, but this is kind of maybe the start of something that's going to continue every year, year after year, until something changes.
Fighting for change is what some have been doing all of their lives.
It took me a long time. I let people push me around for years and years and years, and then I started to find my voice after our son was born, and I felt like I've really got something to fight for.
Now she's running for provincial politics, hoping to bring change from within. For Savannah Waters, this movement is all about her 5-year-old daughter, teaching her the importance of empowerment.
To not take no for an answer, right? To actually believe that fighting for change is important, and like the movement says, right, the time's up.
And sisters Melanie and Brittany Morrison are on a quest as well. They know all too well about standing up to inequity.
It's uncomfortable sometimes being the only women in the room, but you have to sit at the table and put yourself in those awkward positions to get where you want to be.
Now they're hoping that being leaders in their industries will help serve as inspiration.
Hopefully other young women, women of color, women that are not of color, can see women in power, and that will motivate them to become that person, to become the change.
The thousands of women, men, and children took that message to the streets of Toronto.
We are the women! We are the women! Mighty, mighty women!
They want to see a society based on equality.
That their color, their beliefs, their sexuality contributes to this society rather than detracts from it.
And they're counting on that change to come pretty soon. Colin DeMello, CTV News.
And this year's Women's March took over streets in other Canadian cities as well. This was a scene in Ottawa where women, men, and even a few kids could be spotted loudly demanding gender equality and women's rights.
I am speaking.
Women have been taught to be polite.
Still to come, powerful words from some of Hollywood's most powerful women as the call for action against sexual harassment, assault, and misconduct refuses to be silenced. Well, we told you earlier about the Women's March held here in Toronto. Those taking part were part of a movement of millions, including Hollywood A-listers within an industry still rocked by allegations of assault and inequality. But their words today went well beyond the world of entertainment.
I am speaking today, not just for the Me Too's, because I was a Me Too. But when I raise my hand, I am aware of all the women who are still in silence. The women who are faceless.
Women have been taught to be polite, to please, and to pander. And I've come to realize that not just my 19-year-old self, but my schoolyard self and my married self and my professional self have all at times been a victim of this very condition, a condition that I'm certain a majority of us share.
Demonstrators also gathered outside the White House to protest the administration's policies on immigration, LGBT rights, and women's rights on the anniversary of President Trump's inauguration.